I moved to New Brunswick back in 2018, and I tell you guys, there were things that I found weird when I moved here, and those things were essentially normal to the local population. And in this video, we will talk about the things that surprised me when I moved in New Brunswick. Hello everyone, this is Ricey and this is Quest Canada. And the first thing is, there is no nightlife here. Everything is absolutely quiet at 8 p.m. or even earlier at times when during the winter season. The supper time here is normally at 6 p.m. And by the way, they call it supper time, not dinner time. And if you did decide to just appear in your friend's house or somebody's house past 8 p.m., then you have to rethink about it, because it's absolutely downtime and people are resting already at that time. There is absolutely no traffic here. If you're stopped in a traffic light for 2 minutes, people will already consider that as traffic. It's quite funny. And the first time I saw it or heard it from somebody, I was like, what is traffic? This is not traffic. It's something that truly surprised me. And another thing is that the respect of a motorist when it comes to the rules on the road. If you hit a four-way street, whoever gets in the four-way street first gets the right of way, and everybody respects that. So if somebody here gets here first, then he gets the right of way and he goes first. In the Middle East and in Asia, this is not the way it happens. The person who is ready to die first gets the right of way. And that is one of the beautiful things that surprised me when I moved here. And absolutely, I have already adapted to this kind of culture or this kind of respect. Because I tell you guys, when I was in Dubai, if I get there first, I do not care. Or even if I didn't get there first, I wouldn't care if somebody else was there before me. And this is something that you will learn when you move to New Brunswick. Canadians are big on booking ahead of time. Everything is booked ahead of time. And this is not just your regular doctor's appointment or dentist appointment or ophthalmologist appointment or neurosurgeon appointment. No, it's everything. It's across the board. If you want to have your lube change or your oil change or your tires changed, you have to book it well in advance with your mechanic, unless of course you go to an express lube. Other than that, you will have to book everything in advance. If you want to have a haircut, you have to book it in advance. If you want to have your nails polished, you have to book them in advance. Everybody likes to book things, schedule things. And if you want to cancel, or if you are not able to make it on time, or even during that schedule, it is certainly a respectful manner to call and cancel or rebook. Canadians are not big fans of big party events, and therefore, if you are invited or if you get an invitation to a certain event or a certain dinner party or supper party, it doesn't necessarily mean that your partner is automatically invited or your children are automatically invited, unless it is a children's party, of course. Nevertheless, this is the case. You will have to ask the host specifically if you can take your partner with you or your child with you. You cannot automatically think that you can bring everybody with you. And if the host tells you no, and it is a very tight-keen event, do not get offended. That's the way it is. If you ask and you're given the answer, they will tell you the honest answer, and you take it as it is. That is the culture, and that is the way things are here in Asia, and certainly in the Middle East. It's absolutely different. Even if a person is not invited, you can join the party. It's definitely not the same scenario here. It's not the same thinking and culture here. By the way, if you are an aspiring international student and you want to know more about studying, living, and working in Atlantic Canada, you are absolutely welcome to visit my website. That's questcanadaca.com. And talk about mealtime. You do not appear unannounced in the front door of anybody here during mealtime, because that can be construed as being rude, really. People are having their meal, people are having discussions within their family. It's rude enough to just get there in somebody's house unannounced, and even worse if you get there during meal time. So this is a big no-no. Taking home leftover food from a restaurant is a normal culture here. It's okay. What I found very weird, at least the first time I experienced it, was that I asked the server if I could take it home, and they said, or the server said, yes. And what happened is the server will give you the container. The server will not put the food on the container and give it to you. He will give you the container, and you have to put all the food, whatever you have, on the container itself. And this is absolutely normal. And talk about eating out, tipping is quite normal here as well. But the thing is that in New Brunswick, if you did not tip to a server, it's absolutely okay as well. Nobody will force you or question you why not, how come you did not tip. This is absolutely different in Quebec, because in Quebec they force people to tip. I remember one time I went to Quebec and Montreal, so I was with a group of people, and everybody had their time to pay. The server had to go from one person to another to take the payment, and I was the last one to pay. The thing is, none of those people paid tip or gave tip. And the server told me that none of your friends give tip or gave tip to me. Why? And I was just looking to the server and questioned myself, I don't know, you have to ask them. But in the end, I did give tip. But this is very different when it comes from, or when you compare Quebec with New Brunswick. In Quebec, they have got that forced nature that you have got to tip. Here in New Brunswick, you can tip. Absolutely, that is absolutely acceptable. But if you don't, then nobody will crucify you. One culture that pleasantly surprised me when I experienced it the first time here in New Brunswick was that if it is somebody's birthday, the birthday celebrator gets to be treated by everybody on the table. So everybody pays their own bill, and then everybody chips in to pay for the bill of the birthday celebrator. In Asia and in the Middle East, it's absolutely different. The birthday celebrator pays for the entire group. It doesn't matter if there are 10, 15 of them, the celebrator will have to pay. And it's absolutely different here in New Brunswick, or at least here in Canada. And I think the way here in Canada is better, because imagine celebrating with a group of people and paying for everybody. That can be really stiff in your wallet, and it's very different. And I think this is truly something that we should adapt. Pets, or predominantly really dogs, are the most popular here. Pets here are not the guard of your house. You are the guard of your pets. So in the Middle East and in Asia, if you have a pet or if you have a dog, that dog, you can leave the house anytime you want, because the dog will be the guard of your house. Here, it's absolutely the other way around, because a pet or a dog can tie your mobility. There are things that will limit you from doing, because you have a pet to take care of. You have a pet to guard. The pet will have to be bathed. You have to walk the pet. You have to take a look after the pet. And it's absolutely different from how the culture is in different countries. And I think this is the same in Africa, much the same as the Arabic countries and in Asia. Here, if you have a pet, you are morally, financially, physically, emotionally, and everything else responsible for the happiness of that pet. And lastly, here in New Brunswick or across Canada, really, you say what you mean and you mean what you say, but you say it in a polite manner. And so therefore, those are the things so far that surprised me when I moved to New Brunswick the first time. I will not be surprised if there are more things that will surprise me in the future.